So another thing I was thinking about was psychics. I don't know if psychics are real. I personally don't know. I believe it is possible. But I often wonder sometimes how much media has affected the psychic world. Like, what if somebody was getting a vision from the future, but what they were seeing in the future was actually like someone or themselves watching TV, and like they're watching a movie or a documentary or something that's completely fictional, but it's happening in the future, so it's still reality, but at the same time it's not real. And that can apply to the internet or movies or a TV show. So I don't know, that would be weird, right? That's all I was thinking about really when it comes to psychic. I know it's probably also very confusing. Also, I imagine it would kind of be like playing charades, but like three-dimensional charades. And so when you're playing charades, you know, your ability to win is determined basically by your knowledge of the things that's being drawn, or in this case, in a three-dimensional game of charades, it would be determined by your knowledge of the things being molded or shaped or whatever. You know, like looking at somebody mold clay, or a 3D printer, or like they're putting a movie together and putting pieces in only at a time, and you have to figure out what it is. So you could be totally right but totally wrong at the same time. You know, you see the basics of it, but you're not really getting the detail of it. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if you ever play charades. I mean, but you've seen people play charades plenty of times. So I imagine being a psychic also could be like that, why sometimes things could go wrong. In addition to what I said earlier about, you know, seeing things in the future that are not reality, due to the fact that it's fictional media, but at the same time it's fictional media in the future or in the past, you know, because it's, you know, all the same, past, present, future, depending on who you ask. But what is this? I'm walking through the woods. Anyways, some stuff I was thinking about. I don't know if that doesn't really have to do with a whole lot, but I think about things like this. These are the Adventures of Errol, AOE 2020. You know what it is. Check me out. Peace. What's up, guys? These are the Adventures of Errol. A thought occurred to me. I wonder what it would be like, because I was thinking about, you know, subjective truth with it, which is your truth. And then there's objective truth, which is truth that everybody else can verify. Faith versus fact, kind of, but not necessarily faith because you know it. And I wonder what would it be like if everybody in the world was colorblind, couldn't see colors, but you could. Now we know this is a possible scenario, because we all know that colors exist, and we also know that people can be colorblind. Now, what if the majority of people were actually colorblind, and you can see like all the colors? Well, the colors, the part of the spectrum that we can currently see, because keep in mind that there are also species out there who can see beyond our spectrum, or beyond our portion of the spectrum that we can actually sense. You know, you got people, not people, you have species, different creatures on the planet that can see thermal imaging. You have things like eagles that have that can zoom in. Also, they could actually see like very faint hue differences in colors. You also have animals like goats. They can actually see about 180 degrees. That's why their eyes are like that. Their pupils are kind of sideways. They can like see about 180 or almost 360 degrees. I forget what it is. You have different animals that can see different things. About to get off course real quick. I wonder, this is weird, this is a little off subject, but if a fish or an aquatic species came out the water, in order for them to see clearly, I wonder, would they have to wear goggles with water in them, just like we would need goggles with air in them so we can see in the water. And I also wonder if there was an intelligent species that lived under the water. Not going to discuss how possible it is, but if they can tell other creatures of the same species about us, what they've seen, would they think that what we wear as scuba gear is what we are and what we look like? Like, we have fins and we blow bubbles and we have this and that, not knowing that if they came on the land, we would look completely different. And even if they did pop up to the surface of the water and seen us in actual form, would they even be able to make the distinction like this is the same thing? Or would they think that this is what I've seen these things, they kind of swim around and they're very smart and they have these fins and they have, basically scuba equipment. And then if you go to the surface or look at the land, you'll see these other ones that look kind of like them, but they're much different. But then they have all these scientific debates on or pseudoscience debates on what's going on. That'd be crazy, right? Anyways, I digress. But that would be weird if you were the only person who could see colors, or one of the few people who could see colors, and everybody would think you're crazy, and you're not. You just see things very differently, and you actually see what is there. You're not making anything up. And they could actually kind of tell that you do see colors. They just can. They might poke out your eyes or something like that. No, some people. But anyways, on to something else I was thinking about, because I'm about done making videos for the day. I wonder how much race really exists. Because, well, for one, we all can make babies from each other by mixing. So that right there shows that it doesn't make a difference. Because I myself have 4 children. They're half black, quarter white, quarter Filipino. And the thing about it is, in just one generation or one more generation, my grandchildren could look damn near all European, or all Latin American-ish, or all African-ish, or all East Asian-like, or they can look like pretty much anything in the world due to the fact that they're mixed, and it will basically depend on who they choose as their spouse and what ethnic background that they have. But my thing is, if I'm black, if my kids are mixed, and then my grandchildren can basically look European, but we all have the same blood, then how much does that really matter? That's kind of crazy, right? Then you got people that'll kill people over shit like that. That seems absolutely bananas to me. But I don't know. Maybe they know something that I don't, but I'm just saying, that's no reason to kill people. That's no reason to hate people. Who knows? I don't know. I'm gonna stop there though. Um, yeah. The Adventures of Arrow. Fisher. AOE 2020. I holla. Peace.